Mighty Glaciers, written by Ned Jensen. Introduction. The Earth's surface constantly changes. Wind, water, and heat wear down mountains and crack stone. But some of the most dramatic changes are caused by giant pieces of ice and rock called glaciers. Glaciers move slowly over the land. They carve out cliff valleys and prairies as they go. The glaciers melt. They leave behind lakes, rivers, and hills of soil and boulders. Types of glaciers. Two common types of glaciers are continental glaciers and valley glaciers. Continental glaciers form at the north and south pole of the Earth. These huge sheets of ice cover vast stretches of land. Continental glaciers can also be thick that only the top of the mountains stick out above them. Much of the Greenland and Antarctica are buried beneath glaciers. Valley glaciers form on a high mountain that rises above the snow line. Snow covered the ground all year. Even in the tropics, valley glaciers can form in the tallest peaks, like rivers of ice. Valley glaciers move through long, narrow valleys. How do glaciers grow? In some places, the temperatures stay below freezing for most of the years. Snow piles up much faster than it melts. Each new layer of snow presses down on the snow beneath it. The lower layer of snow becomes squashed or compressed. The compressed snowflakes become ice crystals called firn. The firn crystals squash together as the more snow spreads down on them. Eventually, the firn turns into a huge slab of ice known as glaciers. How do glaciers move? Glaciers begin to move when they reach about 30 meters, 100 feet thick. That's about as high as a 12-story building. The glaciers become so heavy that gravity pulls them downhill. Gravity is the force that pulls things toward the center of the Earth. To make objects fall and roll down slopes. The movement of glaciers is called flow. The heavy ice at the top of the glaciers compresses the ice below it. Even above the snow line, ice melts when it is tightly compressed. The melted ice becomes slippery, allowing the glaciers to slide. Sometimes the top layer of the ice moves faster than the bottom layer. The ice cracks. A crack in a glacier called crevasse, and it can be hundreds of meters depth.
Crevasse.
Continental glaciers form in the middle of the continent. They flow toward the coasts. Valley glaciers flow down mountains. A fast glacier can flow 20 meters, 7 feet in one day, but that is very unusual. Most glaciers travel only a few centimeters, less than 1 inch to 30 centimeters, 1 feet a day. Changing the Earth. Like giant bulldozer, glaciers push piles of rocks and soil as they slide forward. These piles are called moraines. Some of the rocks and soil get stuck in the ice. The rocks scrape the land beneath the glaciers, leaving the huge scars. Some glaciers scrape off entire mountain sides. Valley glaciers curve deep U-shaped valley with a steep cliff. When a glacier flows below a snow line, the bottom melts, forming a river. Some glaciers carve valleys that reach all the way to the sea. Seawater fills these valleys, creating fjords. Continental glaciers flatten the land. The glaciers reach the ocean. They crumble the slide into the water. Sometimes big chunks of ice fall into the sea. The broken off pieces are called icebergs. Some of icebergs in the Antarctic Ocean are nearly 80 kilometers, 50 miles long. When glaciers melt, some glaciers melt or receded and eventually disappeared. Glaciers recede when the weather gets warmer or less snowfall. Receding glaciers leave their moraines behind this long reach of rocks and soil. This soil is called till. It can be good for growing food. Glaciers may also drop huge boulders when they melt. Sometimes glaciers create lakes and ponds when the ice melts on the land. Conclusion: glaciers are one of many things that give Earth its beautiful and interesting shapes. As in the past 100 years, many glaciers have receded. The Earth's temperature may be getting warmer. Scientists are watching glaciers to see how they affect and by the temperature changes. They can learn a lot about our planet from these enormous rivers of ice.
Good job.
Which sentence describes calm glaciers? What?
Wow. You click on the items with the red S. You pass. Click on the. Oh yeah. Click on the items. You pass. Click on the item. Great job. Welcome to Sentence Unscrambled. Classic Unscrambled. Welcome to Classic Sentence. Drop the words into the box in the same order you read. A continental glaciers. A. A continental glacier is a huge mass of ice that covers a lot of land. Continental. A continental glacier is a huge mass of ice that covers a lot of land. Glacier.
Sands, stone.
Glaciers form from compressed snow. Glaciers form compressed snow. Glaciers form from compressed snow. A valley glacier looks like a river of frozen ice between mountains. A valley glacier looks like a river of frozen ice between glacier looks like a frozen river between ice mountains. A valley glacier looks like a river of frozen between frozen
What?
frozen mountains. A valley glacier looks like a river of frozen ice between mountains. Frozen mountain ice. River ice. River.
Maybe I'm sour. No.